In this lesson, we're going to look at classifying polynomials by the degree and by the number of terms that they have. A polynomial of degree 0 is called a constant. There will be no variable in that type of polynomial, and an example would be a number like 10. That is a polynomial of degree 0. Polynomial of degree 1 would be a linear polynomial, and an example is 5x plus 10. That's a linear expression because x is to the first power. A quadratic polynomial is going to be to the second power, to the second degree. A cubic will be anything involving x cubed, where x cubed is the highest power of the variable. A quartic is degree 4, when the highest degree of any of the terms is the fourth degree. That's a quartic. And a quintic is degree 5. After degree 5, we'd say something like polynomial of degree 6, polynomial of degree 7. So then we look at naming polynomials by the number of terms that it has. A monomial has one term. This linear polynomial, we can classify it as a linear binomial because it has two terms. 3 terms would be a trinomial. This one is a quadratic trinomial. And a polynomial with 4 terms, we don't give it a name other than 4 terms, 5 terms, etc. So we can use both words to classify an expression. And we typically put the degree before the type of polynomial that it is. And so the expression with just the number 6 in it, we would call that a constant monomial. Now, x plus 3, again, would be a linear, because it's x to the first binomial. This one here is a quadratic monomial. It has one term. Terms are separated by plus and minus signs. This has 3 terms, so it's a trinomial. More specifically, it's a cubic trinomial. This one here, because it's to the 4th power, is quartic. Because it has 2 terms, it's a quartic binomial. And this one here is a quintic polynomial with 4 terms. Then we want you to know about standard form of a polynomial. A polynomial is in standard form if the terms are ordered from the highest degree first down to the lowest degree last. And so what we want to do is we want to get practice writing polynomials in standard form. So the given polynomial here is p of x. The standard form of p of x would have the cubic expression, the cubic term first, then the quadratic term, then the linear term, and then the 2 constant terms would actually be combined together. So we would have here 2x to the third, so I could put that up in the exponent spot, minus 5x to the second, minus 2x to the first, right, or just 2x, plus 5. Once we've written it in the standard form, it's easier to classify it. It has 4 terms, and because it's to the 3rd power, it's a cubic polynomial with 4 terms. So then we would want you to be able to simplify each of these polynomials and write them in standard form, and then classify them by the degree and the number of terms. So in this first expression, the x terms, the linear terms, can be combined. They're like terms. We end up with negative 2x plus 5, which is a linear binomial. Here I have cubic terms that can be combined to get 5x cubed. And then there is a single quadratic term, so plus x to the second power. And there's one linear term, minus 4x. This is a trinomial, and because it's to the third power, we say cubic trinomial. This last one, we want to put the x to the fifth power first because it's the highest degree. So this is a quintic binomial. And because 6 is understood to be positive, I brought the positive sign over. So throughout the rest of this unit, we'll be referring to polynomials with these types of classifications, and we want you to be familiar with them.